Yung excess funds doon sa indirect contributors, meaning doon sa subsidiya na galing sa gobyerno noong 2023 ay 38.8 billion. Tama po? At noong 2022 ay 24 billion.
Just double checking, Your Honor.
Yes, I'm just running the numbers by you,
Yes.
and please double check. And noong 2021, 27.1 billion for a total of 89.9 billion. Ito po yung subsidiya para sa indigent families, tulad ng 4Ps.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Kasama din dyan yung subsidiya para sa senior citizens, PWDs.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay, so maliwanag na magkahiwalay yon.
Yes po, Your Honor.
At nagkaroon kayo ng accounting ng excess funds para sa dalawang programa na yon.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. At ang lumabas na excess funds or net flow, ibig sabihin ng excess funds, yung sobra doon sa kinolekta ninyo na contribution versus yung ginastos ninyo in terms of benefit spending.
Yes po, Your Honor.
At ang accounting ninyo ay separate for the direct contributors at indirect contributors.
Yes po, Your Honor.
At pag sinabing indirect contributors, gobyerno yan.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. So, yung excess funds doon sa indirect contributors, meaning doon sa subsidiya na galing sa gobyerno noong 2023 ay 38.8 billion. Tama po? At noong 2022 ay 24 billion.
Just double checking, Your Honor.
Yes, I'm just running the numbers by you,
Yes.
and please double check. And noong 2021, 27.1 billion for a total of 89.9 billion.
Your Honor, those figures are correct based on the computation of Department of Finance, Your Honor.
Yes. Okay, so yung 89.9 na yan ay excess funds mula sa subsidiya na galing sa gobyerno at hindi po yan galing sa contributions ng mga manggagawa.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. So, sa makatuwid, itong mga numero na to, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng excess funds kung antemano noong NEP, noong nag-submit ng National Expenditure Program, ang DBM sa Kongreso, ay tama ang pag-compute ng DBM.
Yes po, Your Honor.
In other words, masasabi natin na error po ito sa computation. Kasi kung tama ang pag-compute ng gobyerno, ay hindi tayo magkakaroon ng excess funds. Ibig sabihin, kung tama ang pag-anticipate ng gagastusin para sa ating indigent households, para sa seniors, para sa PWD, at kayang-kaya naman po itong ma-estimate, ay magiging tama sana ang isisingil sa gobyerno taon-taon. Tama?
Yes po, Your Honor.
In which case, hindi dapat tayo magkakaroon ng sobra-sobrang excess funds dito sa indirect contribution. Tama?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. Nagkataon lang na tao lang tayo at hindi natin na-compute ng tama noong taong 2023, 2022, 2021. Kaya nagkaroon ng ganyang excess funds.
Yes po, Your Honor.
89.9 billion. At yun ang naging basehan kung bakit nag-commit ang PhilHealth na magsole nitong excess funds.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay? So maliwanag, hindi po yan manggagaling sa mga contributions ng ating manggagawa.
Yes po, Your Honor.
At lahat ng contributions ng ating manggagawa ay intact po sa
Yes po,
PhilHealth.
Your Honor. Yes
Sa
po,
PhilHealth.
Your Honor.
Lahat po yan nasa reserve funds, etc.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Pero sa totoo lang, ay excess pa rin yon. Maraming excess pa rin na nandun sa reserve funds. Pero nandun pa rin siya.
Yes po, Your Honor. But, Honor, if I may, sorry, Your Honor, if I may add also, we are aggressively enhancing our benefit
Yes, so
packages.
let me please just answer yes or no. Under
Yes
the
po, Your
law,
Honor.
under the law, para sa ating mga manggagawa na nag-contribute at meron silang excess contributions pa for whatever reason na hindi natin nagagastos fully at this point in time, under the law, merong dalawang courses of action ng PhilHealth. Tama?
Yes po.
The first is, pwede kayong mag-expand ng benefits. Tama?
Yes po.
The second is, pwede kayong magbaba ng kinokolekta sa kanila. Tama?
Yes po.
Okay.
Correct po.
So sa ating mga kababayan na nakikinig at nagko-contribute sa PhilHealth, yon ang pinag-aaralan nyo sa ngayon.
Yes po, Your Honor.
At meron kayong strong commitment that you will do one or the other or both.
Yes po, Your Honor. 100%, Your Honor.
Okay. So, maliwanag na sana po sa ating...
Madam Chair,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes,
if
Honorable
I may
Karin.
be allowed to interject. Pasensya na po, I'm not a finance person. On a layman's perspective, ang ibig po ba sabihin ng pinag-uusapan nyo ay yung 89.9 billion apparently is an overpayment of government to
Parang
PhilHealth.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Parang sumobra yung bayad, naging honest ang PhilHealth, sinusoli nyo yung sobrang bayad. Ganun po ba, Madam Chair?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Yeah. Madam Chair, quick interjection. One question addressed to Secretary Duque and Secretary Herbosa. Having been with the family before, my experience is that when we submit, as chairman of the PhilHealth Board, when the president of PhilHealth submits an estimated number of indigents, farmers, fisher folks to be enrolled before PhilHealth, it is an estimated number. Can Secretary Duque confirm this?
Yes, that is absolutely
Secretary
correct.
Herbosa, please.
That is correct, Madam Chair.
President Mandy, please.
My mic. Yes, Your Honor.
So, Madam Chair, pag humihingi ng pera ang PhilHealth at DOH sa DBM, it is an estimated number. And Madam Chair, last question kay Secretary Duque, because when I was chairman of the board, he was a member of the board, and I believe the president at the time was Alex Padilla, Attorney Padilla. There were a lot of situations where DBM questioned PhilHealth because when they started asking specifically for the name of senior citizens, kasi yun yung Magna Carta, yung senior citizens law, there were a lot of duplications and senior citizens who apparently were either paying for their own premium because they were still working or yung sumakabilang buhay na. In other words, there was an estimated 7.7 million na hiningian ng pondo, but what was validated was more or less around 5 million. If the Secretary can...
Yes, Sec Duque.
Yeah, honestly, I cannot recall the numbers. It's been a little a long time ago, but I know that there have been some instances where DBM would question the figures submitted by the PhilHealth, and I would have no reason to doubt the figures articulated by the former Secretary of Health, Congresswoman Garin.
So, Madam Chair, just to recap, what actually happens is that PhilHealth gives an estimate of people whose premium will be paid by government, na yung kanilang PhilHealth premium ay babayaran ng gobyerno. Ang ginagawa naman ng DOH, pinapasa ito sa kabinete at ngayon nagiging pinupondohan ito ng Kongreso, believing that these are real figures. Along the process, nakikita ng DBM, oops, patay na pala yung mga ito. Oops, double funding yung mga ito. Oops, nag-enroll na pala ito sa sarili niya. Kaya sumobra yung bayad ng gobyerno papunta sa PhilHealth. Is that my understanding, Madam Chair?
Well, yun ang pagkakaintindi ko na isang source of mistake or source of overpayment. Pero yung isa din is yung sa actual premium per head. Kasi hindi lang sa pagbibilang ng tao, pero dun din sa, kasi meron, magkano ba ang charge ninyo per head, Press Mandy? 2.4 ba?
I'll give the exact, ma'am, just a minute. Ma'am, it's, Honorable Chair, it's 5,000 for senior citizens.
So it's 5,000 for seniors.
senior citizens
and then
po.
for indigent.
I think it's around 3,000, ma'am. I'll get the exact
So
figure.
yes, exactly. So hindi rin maliwanag kung anong basehan ng mga numero na yon. So dalawa ang sa tingin kong sources of overpayment. One is yung sinasabi ni Honorable Garin is yung bilang ng tao na talagang actually nakakatanggap ng benepisyo, at yung pangalawa is yung basehan nung premium na china-charge ninyo sa gobyerno. So, yun po.
Yeah, Madam Chair, just to correct, pag nagsasubmit po ang PhilHealth ng numero ng pinapopondohan sa gobyerno, they use the estimated population, not the actual members. Yun po yung ibig sabihin. Kunyari, 8 million senior citizens, yun yung binibilang nila. Hindi pa kasama doon yung premium. And there were instances na kunyari, bago yung batas, nire-retroactive nila. Hence, the excess payment because of excess collection. In other words, na mali ang estimate. Kaya ang understanding ko, Madam Chair, sumobra yung bayad ng DBM at pwedeng ibalik sa gobyerno. Tama po ba, Pressman? Di, Madam Chair?
Tama po ako. Ma'am, if I may, just to add to your earlier query. So, just to clarify to this honorable committee, for annual subsidy, ma'am, for indigent members employed, it's 3,000. For PWD, non-poor and employed, it's 5,000. For migrant worker, sea-based poor, 3,000. And for solo parents, non-poor, employed, 3,000. And then PWD, non-poor and non-employed without GAA subsidy, 5,000. Migrant worker, land-based poor, 3,000. And lastly, solo parents, non-poor, non-employed, 3,000. Hope that clarifies everything, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Yes, so moving forward, ang sinasabi ko, dapat merong actuarial basis for all of these numbers. Kasi kung wala, ay talagang every year tayo magsusulian ng pera.
Yes po.
Hanggat hindi yan actuarially fair, hindi po yan magiging zero sa excess funds.
Duly
Yun po.
noted, Madam Chair.
Yes
Thank
po.
you, Madam Chair.
So with